Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. The Ignition update is finally here. In this video we're going to check out all the important changes this update brings. I'll do a dedicated video for the Night of Cygnus changes and for the events, so make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of those. The biggest changes this update were done to the Night of Cygnus, with new space-themed skills for the Dawn Warrior, bigger hitboxes for the Thunderbreaker, Wind Archer got even more tornadoes, Nightwalkers no longer need to jump attack and got new bats, and Blaze Desert is even more lit. Michiel also received a new install shield and other useful changes. The Cygnus Knight Redux wasn't super big though, like with the Explorer changes that were done with the Destiny update. We're also getting all skill changes that happened in MapleStory Korea after the first release of the Ignition update as well. So the classes are fully balanced and will stay like this until Ignition is over at least. I'll make a full dedicated video with more in-depth information on all the Night of Cygnus in the next few days, so stay tuned for that one. However, it aren't just the Night of Cygnus that have gotten improvements. A lot of other classes got buffed, changed, and some even got nerfed. Let's go over all of those pesky nerfs first. All Explorer mages lost a bit of final damage with a nerf to their Infinity skill, now only reaching a bonus final damage boost of 115%. Also, the final damage increase of the Fire, Poison and Ice Lightning mages, their Elemental Decrease skill, was lowered by 10%. So 10% less final damage on this skill as well. Battle mages got a nerf as well, surprisingly. Both their damage increased from Battle Rage and the magic attack from Spell Boost was decreased. Arc also had the damage and damage buffs from a few of his attacks lowered by a bit. However, I know that their Bind and Abyssal Recall skill will get slightly buffed again in the first update after Ignition is over, so in February. And sadly, even for Demon Avenger, all good things must come to an end. Their Demonic Frenzy's final damage boost got lowered by 15% as well this update. And the same thing for Shade, whose Spirit Flow and Smashing Multi-Punch got nerfed as well. All these nerfs are definitely not nice, but also they aren't that big. So there's a slight decrease in power, but I wouldn't say these classes are like, oh, they're so much weaker right now, they suck. No, that's not the case. It's definitely not nice to get nerfs, but it's not the worst. So let's get into the good stuff, the buffs and the changes. First of all, the skill Erda Shower was changed. It can now be installed in a location and will attack monsters for every few monsters defeated. The skill can be really helpful when it comes to grinding in bigger maps, which is a thing that we're gonna do right now after totems have been removed. This works a bit like Will's Spider Web in a way. Also a nice buff to basically every class except for a few. Hyper skills are now affected by cooldown reduction, except for these 5. So most classes will get a little bit of benefit from this change. There have been so many changes this update. There are a few common ones as well amongst all classes. For example, there are no more 4-minute cooldown Fidjub skills. Those all have been lowered to 120 seconds, and skills that dealt increased damage depending on the amount of monsters hit has been changed. The base damage of those skills got improved, and the more bonus damage you would get depending on the amount of monsters hit, that effect has been removed. Except for Jet, who lost his bonus attacks depending on how many monsters hit, but didn't get a buff. Our space cowboy just can't catch a break, it seems. This is also the update with those bigger changes for most hero classes that I showed in earlier MapleStory Korea videos. So Luminous can now choose to either stay in light or dark mode, and Reflection got a nice change to its logic, making it bounce a lot further. Also, Doomsight's range got almost doubled. Errands can now use Beyond Blade, even if they don't use Final Blow. The attack range of the skill got increased as well, and Final Blow itself got its attack range increased by about 63%, which is massive. Evan now has an automatic mode for its magic debris, and Mercedes is finally high enough. The height restrictions on Leaf Tornado have been relaxed. She also got a bonus +1 attack speed from her passives, a lot of her attacks got an increase in attack range, and she got a 5% boost in final damage. And Shade also get +1 additional attack speed, and their mobbing has been made a bit easier with changes to their mobbing skills. Phantom's Tempest now lasts half as long. It deals the same amount of damage, but a bit faster. Card Noir now deals 150% additional damage against normal monsters. And Turning Kick and Hook Bomber from Buccaneers can now be stolen by Phantom. And Showdown, when stolen, will now also create those dark shurikens that pop out. This is also the update that changes Blade Burst for Kaisers. It doesn't detonate the swords anymore, and the damage got increased by 180%. The attack range by 13%. Mechanics can now hold down their missile button while doing other stuff, and their summon duration got buffed as well. Pretty nice changes for this class too. And of course, Nexon's favorite class, Ilium, got a few buffs and convenient changes. That class just doesn't seem to miss a beat when it comes to getting buffs. And Kadena got some very nice buffs as well. For most attacks, Kadena can no longer be knocked back when she's performing the attack. She now enters Dark Side for a short while when you perform a follow-up attack thanks to Muscle Memory 2. The duration of all her debuffs got improved, and her bind got improved as well. There are so many more changes, like Kinesis getting a bunch of improvements, Zero getting getting a lot of changes. Explorer archers can now toggle their double jump to a normal double jump. Blaster got some really nice buffs, and Explorer heroes are looking really good right now. The list is literally endless, but we're gonna start covering all the other changes as well for this update. So let's head over to the content changes next. Monster Park entry levels and stages have been adjusted. Thankfully, the Angels classes that are getting nerfed, the MapleStory bosses are gonna get a taste of their own medicine, and those are getting nerfed as well. Both normal Vareese Hilla and normal Siren have had their HP decreased. Hilla by about 33% and Seren by about 23%. Hilla's Soul Harvest attack pattern interval got changed as well to now proc at 50% of her HP. Do keep that in mind if you're fighting her. For Seren, the interval between her attacks was increased and the damage of her forward rush attack was decreased. There also were quite a few changes made to things that were happening when you're grinding. There are now new Infernal Wolves that appear depending on your level. The Rune of Swiftness and sudden missions have been removed. Elite monsters now no longer remove all monsters from the map when they spawn, and they no longer have that annoying period where you can't hit them. Their HP got nerfed as well. And after spawning 3 Polo and Fritto portals, the 4th portal that spawns will be a special one. This one is called Totem Slash. Too soon, Exxon, too soon. It gives good EXP though. The daily portal limit has been upped as well. You can now enter Polo and Fritto portals 15 times a day, and those special Totem Slash portals 5 times a day. The monster placement on a lot of high-level maps have been improved as well. I guess it's time for a new training guide without totems as well, huh? Also, good news if you had a 30% boss damage line. Those lines have been changed to 35% and the old 30% line will no longer appear. And for those monster collectors, a ton of new monsters have been added to Monster Collection this update. Gotta collect them all. This update also introduces outfit presets for your cash outfits. Next on place, we need this for our regular gear as well. There's also now a boost node filter. You can now use straight boost items all at once. Star Force pricing has been reduced by 20%. And the 7-day average pricing is now shown when you're selling an item in the auction house. And then there's also the Better Maple update. The Tenebris and Grandis dailies now give daily quest EXP. The bind cooldown is now shown below a boss HP bar. EXP buffs have been made clearer. You no longer need a rose clipping to unlock your pocket slot, just level 30 charm, that's pretty dope. And new trading maps have been added to the Coninck Tower. And as I'm writing the script, maintenance just got extended. It's a day later now. Turns out that the maintenance was extended by 7 hours. I'm pretty happy I went to bed. I hope nothing is too broken though. I'm gonna jump into the game now to start collecting my footage and edit this video. I will get the event guide out today as well, probably in about 7 hours after this video goes live. And I'll work on a training guide and showcase all the Knight of Cygnus classes tomorrow as well. And that was all for today. As always, thank you so much for watching and many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Ziggydeer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Digby, Vira, Trevor, Michael Menchaca, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Afterlord_MS, Striker Elk, Tide1 Pun, Radical Jaws, Riser Are Sir Tito 655, Mathias Simonsson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, Conrad Crystallis, Ace Light, Mr. Anarch, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Muka 1017, BMB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brandon Cam, Vake Botnet, Fecko, Victor Sundstrom, ceemak, Only, Rashid Alhard-Moody, Gerlando Belavia, Gianfranco Calderon Canavero, Lucky Beats, Matthew Def, Gummy Bullet, Lord Fazil, Spuds the Kaiser, and Zunnen. Thanks again for watching, stay safe and happy mapling.